perhaps interesting or not interesting. When you have followed my YouTube channel, you will surely know that I was busy with a shortwave radio for 2 shortwave bands, and they are here from 11 to 12 megahertz and 14 to 15 megahertz. Now you hear the sound on the background. This is more or less the final video about that radio. I did not want to make, say, a specific front end apart from the high frequency amplifier that is inserted in the circuit. So anyway, and I've indicated here all these tags in the Dutch language. Korte golfontvanger means shortwave radio. 2 banden means 2 reception bands, and to be used with an antenna of approximately 2 meters. And I've told more about it in an earlier video. So here we have the hoogfrequentversterker, the high frequency amplifier, and here you can set the local oscillator frequencies. 2 non-functional points on the front, but anyway, perhaps in the future I'm going to use them. First idea was to use this socket here as an output of the local oscillator. Perhaps I'm going to do that in the future, but anyway, I have to think about it. Audio volume, noise reduction, ruisreductie is noise reduction, headphone and loudspeaker. So let's look inside this radio. Here is the intermediate frequency amplifier made with a few transistors, and of course I have coils. They have a white core, and I don't know whether I published this IF amplifier regarding this project on YouTube, but it is surely in one of my books, and there is a video about it on YouTube, and I will give the link in the description. By the way, it's exactly the same IF amplifier as I have published in my book. Here you see a relay that switches 2 coils, and here are the local oscillator coils. I hope they are visible, properly visible. Here they are. One is for the higher frequency band and one is for the lower frequency band, say 1 for the 11 megahertz band and 1 for the 1 for the 11 up to 12 megahertz band and 1 for the 14 up to 15 megahertz band. And it was, say, and is, say, a kind of project in a certain way to search out these exact frequencies where the local oscillator has to oscillate to make this whole Superheterodyne radio properly working. You need a counter and a oscilloscope for that. But of course, you can also do that in a kind of experimental way anyway. Here is the, say, the kind of front end made with a BC547 normal NPN silicon transistor that does the job of high frequency amplification, and it is set here, and the level to which that transistor works is set with the potentiometer here with the orange knob. What's more to tell? Well, this is the audio amplifier. I published it on YouTube. This is the power supply. Of course, it must be completely free of hum. There are many circuits on my YouTube channel where I have taught how to make a power supply that is completely free of hum. Because hum, say, on the power supply lead always gives problems in radio reception, etc. So what's more to tell? Not so much more. Of course it needs an antenna. Here's the back side. Here is the antenna connection. I've made two connections, one for an indoor antenna of approximately 2 meters, and you can also connect a long wire antenna in the order of perhaps 10 meters. But I have to say that this radio needs a short antenna to receive properly, and then especially regarding the selectivity of all the stations in these two frequency bands where that radio was made for. So this is the box. And again the front, and the most important thing is, of course, let's listen. What can we receive? There was already a video about that reception results on my YouTube channel, but anyway, let's try and see, etc. I cannot switch on this LED lamp. It gives an enormous disturbance, noise, etc. So this is, I think, Radio Romania. Let's tune. Fine tune here.
Da, uite, un român organizează un festival atât de important dedicat unui gen pe care ei îl iubesc foarte mult. Și oricum, cred că printre cei care vin la festival...
Let's try to find another, to find another radio station.
Majoritatea sunt norvegieni, dar...
Here is another one. Let's try another one. Radio Romania again. Now the high frequency amplifier is doing its job. It's now on. Try to find radio stations. It's fine tuning, by the way. You can surely hear that it is enormous fierce, so the high frequency amplifier does its job.
Și ce aduce înapoi din lume acasă. Iată, acum am vorbit despre acest gen muzical, despre country, dar...
And this radio has no automatic gain control, thus also no automatic fading control. It's of course sure that on a shortwave there's fading. The radio stations fade away when you listen to them and they come back. Has everything to do with the atmospheric conditions, the sunspot cycle, as far as I know, every 10 years, etc. So let's pan over somewhat. I don't want it to make this video too long, but anyway, when I'm talking it is quite long. So here are the IF transformers. They have a white core. The IF amplifier is on my YouTube channel. Made it a few transistors. Here again the sorry, the front end amplifier, the audio amplifier is also on my YouTube channel and whatever. Thanks for watching.